After that, we're going to hear Mr. Pablo Hardoim, which is here with us, and he will detail the results, the positive results of tropical agriculture, regenerative agriculture. Please, could you please bring the presentation of Mr. Hardoim?
Thank you. Thank you, Fernando. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, the ones that are attending remotely the presentation. Oh, thank you. So, is that good here? Thank you. So, we're just going to show some of the results pointed by Eduardo Martins in the previous talk. First, I would like to show one huge problem that we face today. We lose much more land, agriculture, soil, than we can produce. Sorry, as well. That's more or less 360 times greater the losses than what we can incorporate into the system. And beside that, we also have more than 50% of the land already with some stage of degradation, which means that it can put the food production in jeopardy. So the group associate of agriculture, sustainable agriculture, it's composed of farmers that decide to look for alternative ways to to produce food. And we, as mentioned by Eduardo Martins, we're distributed around the whole country with more than 3 million hectares, more or less. Some of the practices, not all of the farmers are on the same scope, but some are initial and the other ones are more advanced. And what we're seeing that the ones that are highly advanced, they have more or less 60 to 80% of reduction in pesticide usage and increase or a cost reduction of 30%, 30 to 40%, which means that the lucrativity it's increasing. And what we do, we use the practices already mentioned by Evaldo, Vilela, and also Eduardo. We use the good agricultural practices that was developed by scientific corps, scientific institutes, Embrapa, universities, and private sectors. And we apply it to improve the soil quality with the use of the biology for the cycling of the nutrients. So as we know, the tropical soils are quite vastly without charge and is highly wetted. And because of that, we have to introduce charge to the system. We do that by cover crops, by also remineralizers, which are rock dusts that are diminuted, that are commuted to fine grain, and they can release nutrients, but also provide charge for the system. And what we see at the practical level is an incorporation of drought resistance. This is one farmer in Brazil, which the pictures on my left hand are the ones that are introduced the system, and on the right hand are the ones that are on the conventional agriculture. And what we can see here is just a road separating both of the culture. They have been planted at the same time, same week, and with the same cultivar species, same cultivar. And what we see that with some drought, we have a reduction of the yield reduction on the maize. The same for soybean. Here's one picture of the guys that are doing on the right side hand now. He's been doing that for a long time, since the introduction of the no-till technology. And what we see that when we come to a long stage of draw, we get the resilience of the climate. And this allowed the farmers to keep the yield higher than the neighbors that are not doing, they are still on the conventional work. This is another farmer. What we saw here, the red line are the years that with the yields being produced, and the blue bars are the days of draw that each season presented. What we can see here, you have the conventional management before the transformation, when he started to using the good practices, that the yield was constant, was better when there was no draw challenge. But since he changed to the regenerative management practice, or the good practical agriculture, we see that the yield keep the same even with the high numbers of days withdraw. And I would like to call your attention, last year was really challenging for the farmers. Many farmers in the Middle East of Brazil suffer with the draw. And what we can see that even on this condition, we get the same results, the same yield when you have a season that was perfect with the conventional management. So, which emphasize the resilience of the system when you adopt regenerative agriculture. Here we can see also improvement in SEC, which was introduced by integrating with animal. We have the most sand soil after 3-4 years introducing remineralizer and also integrated with the animal. We get this dark color soil, which is rich in organic matter. And it's a process of construction, so it's not done in 1 year, but it takes time. And as already mentioned by Fernando, we can see is that on the net carbon balance, we are also negative on net balance, which means that on the conventional agriculture, we have a release of almost 2,000 tons per hectare per year, while on the regenerative agriculture, we can incorporate draw down up to 5 or 2,000 kilos of CO2 equivalents per year. The food, we do know that our food has less pesticide because we are not using as much pesticide as the conventional way. And they are free of pesticide, or at least within the legal boundary of use of pesticide. And also, what is not present here on this picture, but you can imagine that because we are using a vast number of source of nutrients, the grain nutritional density is also higher. So we're not just producing food, but we're producing food with a higher quality. Here's more or less just a summary of the market. some of the practices that we are putting, bio-inputs, organic fertilizers, rock dust, cover crops, and also machinery. Machinery is something that we're starting to create because we don't have the mechanism already developed. But for most of them, you can see it's an increase year by year in the market growth. It was with exception of the rock dust because it's highly affected by the price of the chemical fertilizers. And this data is more recently because of the war between Russia and Ukraine. The price of the fertilizers was really high, and the farmers start to looking for different uses. So they adopted the organic fertilizers, the rock fertilizers. But now that the price is down again, they're moving away from rock dust. So how we can transform the agriculture from conventional to regenerative? That's a huge, we have to understand the market. Here is more or less the market that we have today. It's almost 5 million farmers. Most of them, like 67% of them are small farmers, which means less than 20 hectares. And the ones that might have a huge impact for us are the ones that are above 100, 200 hectares, because they, although represent 5% of the farmers, they have 7% of the land cover. And how we do that, the old ways today, actually, even today, some of the farmers that want to adopt this practice, they have to understand, they have to study, and also they have to look for demonstration units outside of the country. And we can do that, improve vastly if we change the way that we're educating our students, creating a marketplace where it is more robust for the regenerative agriculture practices, but also creating a financial sector that stimulates this change. So that was my talk. Thank you very much.